to record. And okay, let's get going. So welcome, new consultants, and I'm so glad that you're already plugging in to your Mary Kay opportunity. There are so many resources that are available to you, both on your Mary Kay InTouch, which InTouch is your own personal consultant website. That's free. It's not somewhere where your customers go, but it's a portal that has all of the Mary Kay information that you might need, from ingredients lists to where you order to how you can earn a free car. All of the info is there, okay? In one of the tabs there is education on the main welcome screen. And education is where you can dip into at any time. Even 12 years into my Mary Kay, I'm still dipping into MKU, Mary Kay University. It's ongoing education. We learn all the time because there's something new coming out all the time, okay? It's a science, it's progressive, it's evolution. So don't think that when you're new, you're expected to know everything straight away. You're not. I still don't know everything, you know, but you learn as you go and you learn by doing. And I'm going to get onto that as we go through. So my role as your director means that I'm your boots on the ground. So I'm here to sort of help guide and here to help navigate you through your Mary Kay business, okay? Now, I've been in Mary Kay over 12 years now, so I believe I've probably made every mistake that there is to make, and I've fallen into many pools of Mary Kay quicksand. So what I want to do is help you not fall into those pots of quicksand and help navigate you through. So if ever you have any questions, I have an open door policy and an open dialogue. And, you know, one of the tools I really recommend that you add to your apps on your telephone is Voxer, V-O-X-E-R. It's a great way for us to communicate, whether you have a quick question or maybe a longer story. It's wonderful too, because it means when you're driving in your car, you don't have to even think about texting. You can just press the button and you can record a message for me, or you can listen to a message from me. Okay, and I really think that it's so important, particularly when we're new, that we do have a lot of conversation, because you're probably gonna have a lot of questions, okay? And don't feel that you're ever bothering me. I love receiving your questions and I love receiving your messages. It shows me that you're curious. It shows me that you're thinking. It shows me that your desire level is high, that you want more and you want to get it right. So never apologize for asking me questions. If I don't get back to you immediately, it's probably because I have something else going on, or I'm sleeping, or I'm with customers or consultants. But I promise you this, I will get back to you within 24 hours. Okay, so that's my role. Now, in Mary Kay, something that's actually quite different from a lot of other direct sales companies is that we don't make money out of other people's pockets. And what I mean by that is that when you sell Mary Kay, you get to keep your 50%. So we buy it from Mary Kay at $1, we sell it for $2, and that profit that you've made, you put in your pocket. I don't say, oh, hey, new consultant, you know, where's my share? It doesn't work like that. That's not how Mary Kay is structured, okay? I don't get to sign you up. Your recruiter, if I'm not your recruiter, doesn't get paid to sign you up. However, if I can support you in your own path and help you to use the tools available to you and your own unique strengths, because you're gonna have things that, you know, really make your soul sing, and things that you're really good at just effortlessly because of your own unique natural talents. And when you utilize that and you're successful, Mary Kay rewards me and rewards your recruiter. So that's kind of the nice thing about Mary Kay. We all go up together. I can't be successful alone. The only way I'm successful is if I help you. And if I help you help other people too, okay? So you determine, you are your own boss, okay? I'm not your boss. You are your own boss. You're your own independent beauty consultant. And because you're your own boss, you are the sole person who determines how much you will work, okay? There is no magic here. Let's dispel that right off the cuff. The money that you will make will be dependent on the number of faces you see, okay? I actually have a little rhyme for that. The more faces you see, the more successful you will be, okay? Because the more faces you see, right, the more people are going to fall in love with the product, and the more people are going to shop with you, and then the more people are going to think, well, I really enjoyed that. I want to do that again. Let's party. So you're going to have more parties and meet more people that way. And then they might say, you know, I love this product so much, and you have so much fun doing what you do. Actually, I think I might like to do this too. So the more people you see, it's all numbers. It's all numbers. It's not magical. It's mathematical. Okay? And that has a lot of freedom to it too. Because it means wherever you are, whether you've been doing Mary Kay for months and months, or whether you're brand new, the one way to be successful is the same way. It's to see faces, okay? It's not rocket science. So if you want to make money straight off the bat, my best advice is not to wait to know everything. As I said before, I'm still learning things, and I'm 12 years in. Okay, so the best way to see faces is to see faces, okay? And there's always, that's actually the best way I feel to learn. You know, I was a girl with zero background in skincare, zero background in color cosmetics, zero background in business. But what I did know was that I liked people, and I liked helping people. So even with zero background in any of those specific fields, I could still be successful seeing faces because this is a relationship building business. So never look at other people and sort of compare yourself. You know, you have your own unique talents. You know, very often people will say to me, well, I couldn't do what you do. I'm not a salesperson. Good. I don't look to work with salespeople. I look to work with people. So, so anyway, where was I? The best way you can start is to see faces, because in that way, not only will you learn, you will grow confidence, you will grow customers, and therefore you will grow success, okay? Now, it's a bit like swimming. I use a lot of analogies, so stick with me, okay? You can't really learn how to swim if you're just standing on the pool side in a swimming costume, okay? Or a bikini, or whatever you're wearing, okay? You can dip your toe in, but you're still not going to be learning how to swim by dipping your toe in. The only real way to learn is to get in and to get wet, right? Now, the genius of the Mary Kay kit is that it has all the tools that you really need to get started, okay? It has that brilliant script on the flip chart. And the flip chart is something that has been designed by very brilliant Mary Kay marketing and psychologist people. So they've spent a lot of time and money putting together those sentences and those words. Now, yes, if you've ever seen my presentation, you know that I put in some tweaks. In one of our upcoming videos, I'm going to go through the flip chart and show you what I add to it and how I tweak it. But the majority of it, the meat and potatoes of it, ladies, is exactly the same. Even the questions that you ask people at the end are written out at the end of that flip chart. So if you haven't yet received your starter kit, or you haven't yet gone through your starter kit and put together the flip chart within that ring binder and read it to yourself, read it to your significant other, given some practice facials, then you will want to do that, you know? Like a brain surgeon doesn't go in and do brain surgery on their first patient, okay? They have, or we hope they don't, they have practice, right? You need to practice too. So you have practice facials. Now the genius is that when you practice on people, it's kind of safe for them to, oh yeah, I'll help you practice. But they're going to fall in love with the products and they're going to shop with you anyway. So even though it's a practice, you're going to have customers want to shop with you or want to book appointments with you and share and have a party with their friends. So, so that's the genius of the flip chart. Do not be afraid to use that flip chart, okay? I've had some girls in the past who I've, been doing presentations with, and I find, there's a reluctance to use it. And so they sort of look at it and make up numbers. Ladies, please, please, please don't make up numbers. Especially when it goes, it talks about like the Mary Kay Foundation and how much money we've donated to breast, ovarian, and cervical cancer, and how much we've donated to victims of domestic violence. That is a huge selling point for our customers and for our opportunity and for our products. This is a competitive marketplace. So something that really makes Mary Kay stand out ahead of all the other competitors is the philanthropic work that Mary Kay does, okay? Customers love that. They want to be a part of that. They want to support that. So don't shortchange yourself. Use the flip chart and read the amazing things that Mary Kay does, okay? Don't just flip over it. Oh yeah, Mary Kay gives some money to these things. I've seen it done. So just make sure you don't do that. So today we're going to talk about three things. We're going to focus on three things, okay? Number one, big dreams. Number two, good words. Number three, great imperfect action. So number one, big dreams. Number two, good words. Number three, great imperfect action. Okay. So dreams. It doesn't cost you anything to dream. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I haven't watched an awful lot of Oprah in my lifetime, but I heard this story and it really sat with me. So Oprah was doing like this, I'm giving it all away show. And she had these two contestants come up, or two audience members, and she said, I am going to grant you your greatest wish. Whatever you want in the whole wide world, I will make that possible for you. What do you want? And the first lady said, oh my gosh, Oprah, I have always wanted to take my family on like this beautiful 5-star holiday to Hawaii. That would be my dream. That's my dream vacation. Can you make that happen for me? And Oprah was like, ching, it is done. You get to go to Hawaii. And she's like all thrilled. She's so thrilled. And then Oprah goes to the next woman and she's like, okay, what's your dream? What would you like? And she said, well, I would really love, I've never owned my own home. I would love a 6-bedroom mansion built in so-and-so part of town with a pool and a jacuzzi and, I would love that to be paid off and all the mortgage to be paid off and blah, blah, blah. And Oprah was like, great dream, it's done. And the first woman who had asked to go on a vacation to Hawaii was like, well, that's not fair. I didn't know we could ask for that. And Oprah said, well, you should have dreamed a little bigger. Drop mic, right? But the purpose of that story is that sometimes we think, well, I'll get started, but I'm going to be realistic. Ladies, why? We don't have to be realistic. You can dream big success with this business. There is unlimited income potential with this business, okay? So if you want to make $10,000 in the next 3 months, we can totally strategize a plan in profit, that is, to make that happen, right? If you said to me, Eleanor, I would like to become a Mary Kay director or earn a Mary Kay car in 6 months, we can totally make that happen. We would strategize that and put some numbers to that. So don't be afraid to have a big girl dream, because when you have a goal, when you have a dream, we break it down and we write your own unique business plan with the action that will get you to that goal, okay? So don't be afraid to dream. Are you shortchanging your success because you're playing too small? When you start Mary Kay, I get it. It's new and it's scary. And I recall it's kind of this one of my metaphors again, bear with me. You know, when I first learned how to drive a car, I was frightened silly, you know, and in England, largely we learn on stick shifts. It was stick shift. I was terrified. I stalled more times than I ever want to admit to anyone, but I knew that it was important because I knew that if I didn't learn how to drive, I would always be dependent on someone else or something else, some other service, a bus or a train or whatever. So I bit down, and even though it was uncomfortable, even though I was embarrassed, even though I, you know, probably swore at my mom and my dad and my driving instructor more than I would ever admit as an adult, I knew I had to learn, okay? I couldn't phone it in. I couldn't get somebody else to do it for me. I couldn't give excuses or tell people I'm just too busy to learn right now, you know? And this opportunity is the same. When you get behind the wheel of your business, you are likely to crunch the gears. You are likely to stall the engine. You are likely to swerve, and you may blow out a tire. Okay, or two, if you go through a pothole like we do in Northeast Pennsylvania. But here's the thing. I saw this meme and I love it. And it's like, you know, just because you get a flat doesn't mean you slash the other 3 tires. Okay? If you ever do get a flat in your Mary Kay business, or you swerve and you go off to the side of the road, that's when you call your Mary Kay mama, your Mary Kay director, okay? And she's able to show you and teach you and tell you good ways of how you might be able to get back on the road, okay? Mary Kay gives us this golden opportunity when we first start. And that golden opportunity allows us to have free products based on our first order, okay? Now, you can't earn these valuable goodies just by dipping your toe in, or if we're learning how to drive, sitting in the passenger seat, okay? You have to show a bit of commitment. And if you don't start with inventory and you start just by being an order taker and taking orders, then you really don't have that commitment because you're on the ride, but you're not in the driver's seat. It's like you're in the car, but you're in like a Flintstone pedal car. It's much more hard work if you don't have stuff there. So my point is dream big, because if you do, and if you have the commitment to your dream, you will be more successful. You've bought the car, so you're going to learn how to drive it. And the success rate of consultants who have product on hand, I have to tell you, is so much greater than consultants who don't have products there, okay? And in fact, the statistic is consultants who have products right there sell 57% more. Now, if inventory isn't something that you're able to start with, and you're not able to benefit from those freebies, then you can always build your inventory as you go. And sometimes ladies might start small, but they will place a second or a third bigger order. Okay. When consultants tell me they're going to see how it goes, I totally get it. You know, we want that security, but when you don't have products there, you sell less. And so you don't really gauge how you would do, right? If you did have products. You're playing not to lose rather than playing to win. And I want you guys to make money. I want you guys to win, okay? So remember, Mary Kay gives you a safe place to win, not only through the support that I'm gonna give you, but also they give you that 90% buyback. So if something in your life changed, the products that you did have on hand, you could return to Mary Kay and they would pay 90% buyback. So that's really cool. Okay, so that's dream big, okay? So number one, when you finish this tonight and you're thinking about what you learned, I want you to write down some goals that you want to achieve in the next 3 months. And this is a great time of year to start thinking about resolutions and goal setting, okay? Number two is the right words. Now that you're an independent beauty consultant, you're the CEO of your own business. Doesn't that feel swanky and impressive? On your resume, you're going to have that you're the CEO of your own business. I never think that's a bad thing. But I do want to eliminate some words from your vocabulary that I see a lot and I don't love. I hear people do it and I see it on Facebook. I sell Mary Kay now. I'm putting in an order. What do you want to buy? Okay. There is nothing right about that statement. Okay. That statement gives me shivers down my spine. And if you ever use it, or I see you use it, I will drive to your home and I will unleash a plague of termites on your home. Okay. There is nothing more awful to me than that sentence. Okay. Why? Because no woman wants to be sold to. No woman wants to be sold to. Okay. And that's a very off-putting word to women. What instead we want is someone to be able to teach us, show us, you know, what mistakes am I making with my skin? Why is my skin feeling dry, oily? Why am I getting wrinkles? Why have I got dark circles and puffiness? What can you do for me, Eleanor? You know, we provide a service. That's what makes us so different from the other companies out there, okay? So I don't use the word sell, okay? When I'm introducing myself to people, I say, hi, I'm Eleanor Gwyn-Jones. I'm an entrepreneur. I teach healthy skincare and cosmetic artistry, confidence, and business to women. It's a long sentence, okay? But it's intriguing because people are like, oh, you're an entrepreneur. Tell me more about that. Yeah, I have my own business. I teach women skincare and cosmetic artistry and confidence and business. I do all of those things, okay? And I find when you teach something, people are eager to learn. When you sell something, they just go, oh, I don't want to be sold to. Okay, so there's a big difference in the language you use. Second word, what do you want to buy? I never ask someone what they want to buy, okay? You will never hear me say that. Instead, you know, when I'm working with a customer at the end, I'll say, what would you like to get started with? It feels so much more organic for me and less kind of icky salesperson. That's not me. I'm a teacher, okay? Next, asking people on Facebook for a facial in like a blanket status. Blanket statuses, ladies, are just generally ignored. So please don't use them. Instead, you want to take the personal approach. You want to ask people on the telephone. Yes, I know calling people can be awkward, but guess what? You're going to be excited and tell them that you're doing this new thing and you can't wait to get their opinion and practice on them. And they're going to be excited for you because they hear it in your voice. You know, there are also great things. If you've got an iPhone, and I'm pretty sure Androids must be similar, you can leave people a voicemail, like a voice message, a text, but your voice, okay? You can do that in text on iPhone. You can also do it on Facebook Messenger, you know, so you don't even have to have an awkward conversation. Or if it's a terrible recording where you and ah and whatever, you can delete it and do it again, okay? But they're gonna hear that sound of your voice. And that's so important. Okay, number 3 is great imperfect action. There's a quote I love, and it's, imperfect action always beats perfect procrastination. Imperfect action always beats perfect procrastination. And it's so true, okay? You may have a beauty experience where no one buys anything, but you will learn. You may have a beauty experience where no one buys anything, but you get referrals and you get future bookings, and that is business, okay? So my first party took about 3 hours because I was so nervous and I wouldn't stop talking. But guess what? I sold over $600. People probably just wanted me to shut up. But the guests in front of me, you know, also gave me, so I sold $600. They also gave me referrals. I also had future bookings. That was a real success. And one of the referrals became one of my dearest friends, who now 12 years on, you know, we get to do life together. So commit to action, okay? Get rid of your ego, ball up your courage, and just do it. That starts with seeing faces. Now, the words to ask people can often hold us back, okay? So this is what you need. You need a plan, and I have it here. This is called the Power Booking Plan, okay? I am going to email this to you, but it's also going to be available on the Mary Kay Lionheart's Facebook page. This is a great tracking guide, but it also has scripts of what to say. And not just what to say to people you know, but when you get referrals, what to say to referrals, okay? So I love this. What you need to know here, the important bit from this, is that 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. Let me say that again. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. If you're asking someone just once, twice, 3 times, guess what? It's a busy time of year. They might not be able to get together with you. Or maybe they've ignored your text, but that's not on purpose. You know, it's not about you. It's that it's a busy time and their kids are in the bathtub. And then by the time they've got the kids to bed, they're now, you know, positively exhausted and they go to sleep. And by the time they get up the next morning, your text has been buried. It's not about you, okay? You've got to ask a number of times. If somebody just isn't interested in getting together with you, guess what? They'll say, hey, just not interested, okay? Or they'll come up with an objection that you can counteract, okay? Because if they tell you, I'm really too busy, there's something in this that you can say to that. If they say, I'm allergic to Mary Kay, there's something you can say about that. If they say, I don't use skincare or makeup, there's something you can say, okay? This is an amazing planning book, and it will tell you all of those things. So it has a tracking sheet, so you can track what we call your touches or your contacts, and you can make notes here as well. So if you're starting and you're brand new and you're having your first appointments and you're going through all the contacts on your contact list, you can write them down there and chart the progress that you made, okay? It has scripts for script number 1 on day 1. And this first one is what you're going to use as new consultants, okay? And so it basically says that you're on a challenge and part of your training is to see 30 faces in 30 days. That's something in Mary Kay we call the Power Start Challenge. It's a great challenge. It's detailed in your Start Something Beautiful magazine, that brilliant magazine that comes with your starter kit. So, you know, it tells you about the challenge and it ends with a question. Okay, you always want to end with a question. Now, obviously, you're going to get best results when you leave a telephone, when you speak to someone on the telephone or leave a voicemail or a voice message, and then you follow the voice message up with a text. Hey, so-and-so, just left you a voice message. I'm so excited to share the news with you. I've just started my own business. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm going to be teaching women healthy skincare. And I'm having my first parties and my challenge is to see 30 faces in 30 days. Is there any reason why we couldn't get together? I would love to share time with you and have you as one of my practice faces. You know, when you're saying that on the phone, there is such excitement and enthusiasm in your voice. And it is much harder to say no to someone who sounds excited and enthusiastic than a text with emojis. Okay, so you chart, you know, your notes. It has script for day 1 through to script for day 11, and then it tells you what to say if she says yes, because, you know, think about it. If you phone the hairdressers for a hair appointment and they say, okay, you want to come in, rarely do they say to you, well, when would you like, you know, whenever's good for you. They say, oh, your stylist is available on Tuesday or Thursday. What's better for you? They give you openings. You are a professional now, so you will have openings. And that's important that before you start your booking calls, number 1, you want to take your planner, whether it's the Mary Kay planner that comes in your starter kit or whether it's another planner you use. And you will want to highlight when you're going to use this plan, and you will want to highlight when you are open for business, okay? So that when someone says, yeah, sure, I can be a practice facial, you can say, well, I work my business on Tuesdays, Thursdays, or Sundays. Whatever's good for you, you know? You are the CEO. You choose that, okay? So that's what to say when they say yes. Now, here's what to say if they say no, okay? So I don't have time. What are you going to say? Okay, well, bye, never mind. No, you're going to say this, okay? I totally understand. It's a really busy time of year. I'm super busy too, but I can cater to your hectic schedule. And tell you what, if we get together, I can even do it just on the back of your hand to get your opinion, and you would still count as a face for me. Still getting in front of her face, you know? So my house isn't nice enough. I don't know anyone to invite. I don't do parties. I'll have to check with my friends to see what would be a good date. Oh, that's a killer, girls. Never have anyone say that to you. Or if somebody says that to you, book a date with them anyway. you know, because you're never going to find that one date that suits everyone. It just doesn't. You have to go with what's good for you and what's good for her, and whoever else can join, that's gravy, okay? You will want to coach her to over invite, but that's going to be a different class rather. I already use Brand X. I tried Mary Kay once and I broke out. This has explanations and ideas of what you can say for each of those objections, okay? So that is the power booking plan. And I'm going to challenge you to print that off and to utilize that tool. It is a great resource and has been such a boon to me in my business, both at first and even now that I'm seasoned. It helps me track, because my brain doesn't remember who I've called and who I haven't nowadays. So it keeps that in line for me, okay? So I think that's about everything that I wanted to share with you. That's the power booking plan. So I want to leave you with a challenge before our next new consultant half-an-hour training, okay? And that is, yes, I know it's a busy time of year, but your challenge is to see 10 faces before the end of the year. Now, the likelihood is that over the holidays, you're seeing some family. So you might be able to ask them for practice faces and getting their opinions on Mary Kay. It might be that you're getting together with girlfriends, or that you might need some mum time between Christmas and New Year, and you'll be able to see those practice faces. And if you see 10, and if you track those 10, you will be receiving a little goodie bag in the mail from me, which is your very own Mary Kay money purse. And that's the special purse that you will collect all the money from the appointments that you have. And you'll be able to keep your change in there. So when people give you cash in checks, you will have somewhere professional to put them. I hope this has been of help to you. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to Vox me, text me, or ask me in the chat. I see this chat down here. So I will answer you, but I think it's going to cut me off in just one moment. So thank you so much for plugging in and being on board with your business and being here willing to learn. That tells me so much about you and what you want for your business. Don't forget to goal set for those next 30 days too, okay? So from me here in chilly Scranton, I wish you a great evening, and I will answer your questions very quickly. Okay, see you soon. Bye, everyone. Hey, Dan, thanks so much for being on, and I loved your question. Okay, so it really comes down to personal preference, as long as you're tracking. Tracking is so, so vital. Now, for me, I'm old school. I'm a paper girl. I like to see everything in front of me. The same with my planner. You know, I do put appointments in on my Google Calendar on my phone, but I really like to see everything in front of me on paper. That way I can highlight things, I can cross things off, I can strike things off the list, and that's just the way my brain works best. But if you prefer MK Customers app, then by all means, you know, use that, okay? It's whatever works for you.